Check, check. Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there.
Now a play fake here on first down. And this is caught by Hayward Bay. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too. And we see the emphasis early here. Get your star receiver involved, able to do it successfully.
Not a bad start to begin with, that's for sure. And to me, this play says our guy is better than your guy's. Because, you know, a player of his stature, he won't just be single covered all game long. He's going to involve multiple people. And right away, they told the other team, guess what? He's just better.
A big play there on the option. 47 yards. So first and goal and an opportunity for our first points in this wild card game. Geis, they'll try to run it. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. A 9-yard touchdown run. And the Steelers take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll weave his way up, all the way up, a few yards shy of midfield.
Well, you gave up the first touchdown of the game, but how about the response? Big-time return. Now it's their chance to try and put points on the board.
Very good starting field position for the Jaguars offense as they come up first and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. An opening for Chubb on first down as he dashes forward for about 7. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And shedding the tackle and now some room. Touchdown, Jaguars. Nick Chubb, 46 yards, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Well, go ahead and strap in, partner. Less than 2 minutes in, had the score on the one side. A quick answer, though, to get the equalizer.
Sometimes you get that sense of urgency that ratchets up, right? When you give up an early touchdown like that, you just know you're like, okay, how do we go back and equalize things? Can we get it done fast? And they absolutely did. Essentially, we're back to even, aren't we?
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Shotgun handoff down to Geis. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
Check, 52's the mic. Check, 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 check. Check, check, check. Check 9, check 9. Great. 8. Go.
A shotgun snap for Newton. Able to find his running back, Geis. Well, he's taken down, but not before picking up the first, thanks to a flashy little spin move. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. On first down, Newton. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Chris Conley, the intended receiver, and it's 2nd down.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Geis. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
It's 3rd and 10.
Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, Newton. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 27-yard line. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Gun. Check, boys. Great. Express.
Now a first down throw for Newton. Flush to his right. He's got the hook up with Conley. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 12 yards that time, but a Pittsburgh first.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Now after the run by Geis, here's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, looking pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Steelers have taken the lead. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And that makes the score 14-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
Check. You gon' take.
Young on first down. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. To throw again. Young. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Montez Sweat in there to get him. It's a loss of 5.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Check 3, check 3, check 3.
Gun.
Geis with a carry on 2nd down. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
They had a great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5.
52's the mic. Watch Mike. Check. 52's the mic, boys. 52.
From the gun, here's Newton. Open man is heard. It's complete. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Get that quarterback, D-line. Get that quarterback, D-line. D-line, get that quarterback.
On 2nd down, a run with Breida. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
And the Steelers on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This will be 3rd and 5. Now Newton. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender is making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive, followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Young to throw again. They set up the screen to Chubb. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
Young on 3rd down. And connecting here with DJ Shark. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this punt sails over the sideline, and the spot, it looks to be right at the 25-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point.
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
toe
that.
bashed it.
Super toe.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
Get that ball. Get that ball. 52's the mic right here over there, right? 52's the mic.
Throwing again. Newton. Completes it to Hayward Bay. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. Out of the gun, Geis. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 47-yard line.
2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown of what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 36. So an instance there of Cam being Cam. We know he can use his legs.
And with that big body, it's hard to get him down, even if you get a clear shot on him. Plus, he moves it a lot faster than what people think. And boy, does he have fun playing the game of football.
Newton now to throw. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a 1st. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Hey, we got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving. Convert.
Check 3, check 3.
Gun, gun.
SOS.
Operating from the gun. Newton. Forced out to his left. Caught here by Conley. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Newton on third down. Off to Geis on the screen. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Darius Geis. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead.
Heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying.
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. They don't want to repeat a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. 3rd and long for Young. Flushed out right. Throwing left side, it's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout.
Single. Don't let 89.
Final play of the half, Young. He's going to float this over the middle deep. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for him. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Montez Sweat able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Fielded just inside the 30. A 46-yard punt, 8 yards on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away.
Yeah,
defense,
got the lead. Yeah.
we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. The defense.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Khalil Mack in there to get him. It's a loss of 5.
Well, partner, we know they came out of the locker room down on the scoreboard, but I will guarantee you the defensive side of the ball got super emotional. They can come out and play with aggressiveness, with fury, because they don't have to be quite as precise, and it paid off for them on that play, didn't it?
Sure did. Excellent play. Really set. And that's caught inside the 35. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A big play there. 66 yards. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Well, look, this is a team, Charles, they faced adversity all year long. They had to fight and claw to win that division, but they're putting it all together here in the wild card game.
Feels like a statement, doesn't it? An absolute statement game, a message to the top seeds. Overlook us at your own peril. We're pretty darn good.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to come from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Now Young. Escaping the pressure right. Now he'll pull it down. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. A gain there of 30 big ones.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game's slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, second half, no quit in him.
0.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10.
I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son.
11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
On the double. Let's go, D.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars. Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
Double tight, guys, double tight.
A run for Nick Chubb. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
Young off the bootleg. Rolling to his right. He'll run it. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
He was able to get away earlier in the drive, but apparently all the time they put in practice finally came to the front, didn't it? They remembered their lessons, and found a way to contain him when he took off on that one.
Check 20 seconds.
To throw is Young on third down. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on fourth down. Young now throwing on fourth down. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. The Jags come up empty on fourth down. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Check, 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 check.
Now a run with Geis. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down.
Bringing up 3rd and 12.
Ready? Gun.
Choose the mic. Hey, get in the weight room. 5-2's the mic. Mike.
Throwing on third down, Newton. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. Here's Matt Hawk now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. This is taken at the 10. 1 quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a 4th down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, they stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it. Make them do it again.
Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
The Jaguars on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Now Young on 4th down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays that have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. Nothing on that one. It'll be 2nd down. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. They'll throw again. Young. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Young. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards. Fourth down, Young. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Haynes. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. They give the Chubb out of the gun. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. On 2nd and 9, Young, and he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12.
Okay, some people call it the shuffle pass. Some people call it a shovel pass, but this worked really well. And it's hard to do in the NFL because of the big bodies that tend to clog up the middle of the field. But the execution was excellent there, able to get it done and get upfield for big yardage.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Young going to throw right side here, complete. His 2nd catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down. Young looks to throw on first down. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Young to throw it. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And he will bring this all the way up to the 30-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll start on the ground with Breida. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go.
Ready. Mike Foco. Hey, I'm coming after you. Ready.
On 3rd down, Newton. Catch is made by Hurd. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
You got nothing.
Newton's going to throw it. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Newton now to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Josh Allen in there to drop him at sacks on 1st and 2nd downs. Now leads to a 3rd and long. Looking deep for Hayward Bay, and that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And he's in for 6 and a Steeler touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this? And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags. And I believe this is going to be a first down. So the face mask certainly helps things as they'll start up past the 30 on first down. One last shot for Young. And an alley to run. Now Young loses the football. It's stripped. And this will go out of bounds, so no recovery. And that is how this one will come to an end. And I know it's hard to find solace on one side when the season ends, no matter where it ends, but especially in the playoffs, because there's all that build up to the moment. But I would imagine the post-game locker room speech, it'll have a pretty positive spin.
It should. They've made a heck of a run to get to the playoffs and have that chance to advance, even though they didn't. But you're right about how much it's going to hurt, because when you work that hard to get this far, it hurts just a little bit more. No matter when your season ends, it's a downer. But in this case, even more so, because you had your eyes on the big prize, which was